Alisa's Adventures in Cruising, hashtag Greek Saturday, take 1. Hold on, I did that wrong. This is the third one. Alisa's Adventures in Cruising, hashtag Greek Saturday, take 3. Hi everybody, welcome back to Alisa's Adventures in Cruising. I am Alisa, and today is the third of our hashtag Greek Saturdays, a collaboration that I am doing along with my good friends Edna from Edna's World and Veronica from Life with V, as we are trying to prepare ourselves for this, yes, epic cruise to Greece. For those of you who have been following along with us as we are counting down on this trip and getting ready for this major across the pond travel, already know we are going to be going on a 7-day cruise, 7-night, 8-day cruise with Raquel from MH Family Adventures. Through the Greek islands. We will be traveling to Athens, Greece, and boarding the cruise ship there, and then just cruising all around the Mediterranean, or I guess it's the Aegean Sea, as we try to visit all of these Greek islands. Not all of them. I did not realize how many there are. I think there's something like 200. I'm not sure how many are actually inhabited, but still, there's a lot of islands. We're just gonna see a few. But I'm so excited about this trip. It is definitely a bucket list trip, a bucket list cruise. I feel like there are many similarities between planning for this cruise and planning for the cruise that I took to Alaska, in that it feels like it's a once in a lifetime kind of thing. I am going very soon, and I'm trying to just enjoy every moment of the planning. Try not to stress too much about the packing, but enjoying that too. Again, I do feel like there are a lot of similarities to going to Alaska. One being the extra expense. The cost of the flights. Since I normally cruise out of Florida, the added expense of the airfare did kind of take me by surprise. I was expecting to find something more along the lines of one of the budget carriers, but once I started looking, realized that those flights weren't exactly going to work for me. They weren't direct, and they took longer to get there. Also, they weren't necessarily flying on the days that I needed to fly. So we found something more in the economy class. Unfortunately, because of the time of year that we are going, it was definitely closer to that higher end of the price range. Big trip. It is a big flight. We could have probably paid for another cruise to the Caribbean on the amount that we've had to spend on the flights to get there and back home. So that's an extra expense. The cruise itself is very reasonable, and I feel like we're going to get a lot for our money in cruising with Celestial Journey. The ship looks really nice. It looks like I would say a mid to smaller size ship, but it has lots of restaurants and lots of bars, and there's entertainment. It might not be exactly what we are used to or are accustomed to, but I understand there are some evening shows and some more involvement with the crew members, because they are also performers. So that should be really interesting. So I do think we're going to get good value for our money in traveling with Celestial Cruises. Now, because it is such a far way to go to Athens, Greece, or to Greece, and this itinerary is very port intensive. I think we have six, one, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah, looking at my notes, we have six ports to call, and I feel like I want to see something in every single port. To me, that's usually an excursion, but again, as much as I want to see it all and do it all, I do have to worry about the budget. So, as of right now, I have things booked in 4 of the 6 stops. As part of our cruise package, we had a $150 cruise excursion credit that I decided to use on the food on foot tour in Thessaloniki, which looks like a really great way to learn a lot about the culture, both the history and the food. I think the cost of that tour was slightly less than 150, maybe around 110, but it was a one-time use of the cruise credit, so use it, and if there was anything remaining, we unfortunately lost that. You could not apply that towards another excursion. Oh, I think I mentioned how many stops we are, but I don't think I said the actual names of those locations. We are going to Thessaloniki, Kusadasi, Turkey, Heraklion, which is Crete, Santorini, Mykonos, and Milos. Those are the stops that we will be making. That there have been plenty of others who have been on one of these types of cruises or a European cruise and talking about how port intensive they are and how you need some rest days in there. So when I was going through the list of things with my daughter, and we're trying to figure out what we want to see and what we don't want to see, or pick this tour or that tour, she's kind of like, do we have a day at the beach? We don't have a day at the beach, but we don't it's not like when we cruise on Royal Caribbean or Carnival, where you have the designated day at Coco Cay, or now how Carnival has Celebration Key. You don't have that designated island day, and you don't have that day of, you don't have any sea days. That's what I'm trying to say. You don't have any sea days to try and rest, recover, just enjoy being out on the water the same way. So that is something that I'm really interested to see how we like it, how different that is from what we are used to, and just if that makes it more unique, more special. I don't mind going to all the ports. It's just a matter of whether or not we're going to be able to see and do what it is we would like to be able to do. So I guess that's the big takeaway from planning this trip, is really knowing what it is you want to see or do. In my opinion, it really will help you plan and budget for the cruise. I would not be mad at having had 2 years to plan and prepare for this cruise, so that you really feel like you can see and do all the things that you want to. Have your budget built up so that you can cover those things. But it's all going to be great. It's so super exciting. I am very, very happy that I have chosen to go on this cruise, not only with MH Family Adventures, because Raquel has already put in the work. She has already researched this itinerary. As you guys know, she traveled there last year to make sure that she, one, would enjoy it, and two, be able to tell us about it and give great recommendations as our personal travel advisor. It's really hard to pick, like, what's the one thing that I'm most excited about seeing, or the excursion that I'm looking forward to the most. I'm looking at my notes right now. I am, and I know people that have gone and have said how crowded and busy Santorini is and can be, but I am really looking forward to seeing Santorini. It looks like just an island like I've never seen before, let alone visited before. Much larger than I think I had envisioned. I didn't really think about multiple towns on the island itself. So, and we're going to do an excursion that takes us through those towns or around those towns to see what life is like there. And again, it's just so hard trying to pick out what is going to be the favorites. Someone or multiple someones actually have asked if we're going to do food vlogs, if we're going to get some snacks and maybe taste those. We're going to try. We are definitely going to try. We're going to try and see as much as possible, try as much as possible, and bring home as much as possible. So again, thank you guys so much for your support, encouragement, excitement with us, for us, as we are heading out on this adventure. Okay, well, you guys know we're super excited about this trip, and I feel like I can go on and on and on, but I think we're going to do better in showing you once we're there or when we get back what all we saw, how great it was, if we recommend, if it's all that. So stay with us, watch with us, talk with us when we go live. If you haven't already, go notification bell so that you can always know when we post something or when we go live. Also for my channel members, I'm going to try and do some members only lives to show you even some behind the scenes in Greece. So we hope you guys are gonna enjoy it. We're so looking forward to it. And thank you for joining us on #Greek Saturday. Bye.